a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Good morning. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed. Alongside me, Harry Glanz.
What's up, Harvey? Good morning, everybody.
Good morning to you, Harry. We've got a great panel this morning. This is exciting stuff here.
This could be an all-time tie for the best panel ever.
This is a big-time panel. We got Aaron Keating DeWald from Keller Williams in the new office, Domain Luxury in downtown Birmingham. It's an unbelievable office. Welcome to our show, Aaron.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right. We can hear you pretty good. Yeah.
There you go.
And, of course, we brought in your broker, which is even more fun, Natalie Reed. How you doing, Natalie?
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Of course, Natalie, you're at the Royal Oak office and the Birmingham office. This office is gorgeous. Harry and I had a chance to go over there yesterday.
Yeah, you know the best part about this show and being with these ladies is they're very, very experienced in the business. They've been around the block a few times. Now, in real estate, that's a good thing. If you say to a lady that you've been around the block, it's not necessarily a good thing. However, we talk about every week on this show putting your team together and teaming up with people that have experience. Of course, Aaron, real estate's in your blood. You're a fourth-generation realtor. You've been in the business now for, I want to say, between 14 and 16 years. You're an Hour Magazine top all-star in our area. Natalie's been around. God, we talked about it yesterday, and without getting into it, on a business level, the experience that you guys bring to your clients and to the relationship and to the buying and selling part of real estate is tremendous. Talk about that for a second.
Thank you. Yeah, you know what? We're excited to be here. Thanks for having us. We just opened up the office in Birmingham, and we're excited. We're growing. We've got about 46 agents that have just come aboard, so it's growing fast. We're in a great location. Natalie and we're working together now. It's an exciting time for us.
You guys are going to make real estate a lot of fun over there, that's for sure.
I think we hope so.
Well, that office, and talk about the office and talk about the people that you're teaming up with. First of all, the office is beautiful, and you're to be commended on that. And it's a no holds barred. You're not sparing any expense to do it, and you're going to bring top people on. More importantly, the community that you're in and the community that you serve, you know that community. You've been in that community. You live in that community. You're part of it. Your family's been part of it. So I'm really excited about that because for the last 16 years on this program and for the last 27 years that Harvey and I have been doing this, we talked about yesterday at your office, it's all about the relationships that you're bringing. It's all about experience, relationships, and taking care of people.
Yeah, it's real important. Real estate is a relationship business. It also is hyper-local. And it's interesting, as we talk to the community and to people out in the street, I've been online, I've been watching trends. What's happening nationally can be very different as to what's happening in your neighborhood. And that's why it's critical to have relationships with experts regarding real estate, lending, you name it. You need to talk to the experts.
Yeah, well, knowing your area and knowing the community like you do, what we're seeing, and we call it the Woodward Corridor, specifically in your community, we're seeing the trends are incredible. Birmingham, Bloomfield area has come back better than it was before what I will call a recession. I call it a recession when it was happening. I didn't get, I got a lot of dirty looks at the time, but let's face it, we went through a recession at that point in time. And, our area is always the first to go in and the last to come out. Well, our area has come back booming. So talk about the trends that you're seeing in your area.
New construction. New construction is huge right now. I think that we were talking the other day about, for example, Shipman, a house in Birmingham.
On Shipman, sure.
Town. They're tearing down a lot of the ranches because they're great sized lots, priced really well, and new construction's going up. So a lot of builders have had the opportunity to get in there, build, so that a lot of people are looking for the new construction.
Yeah, so for everybody out there, the area that Aaron is talking about specifically right now is between 14 Mile Road, 14 and a half, which is Lincoln. To the west, it's Southfield Road. To the east is Woodward. Right. So the streets in there, Shipman, North Lawn, South Lawn, and all the way to by Woodward where Davis and those streets are, that area there are people tearing down houses and they're building new houses. They're also adding on, but we're seeing a lot of new construction tear downs there. And the values in that area have been tremendous. If you're looking to sell a house in that area, it's going to sell. We'll get into that later, but it just depends on what price. It has to be a reasonable price. But the values have steadily increased in there, and we're seeing a lot of new construction, Harv.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt new construction's the way to go. The homes are modernized. They're efficient. It's fun. You talk about your areas. People want to, I like the trend talk, Natalie. Definitely, people want to live in these communities. Even Berkeley's in your Royal Oak, of course, showed us.
Even Berkeley. I mean, that's where I grew up, bro.
We're not going to knock out. But you see the resurgence of cities that were sort of flat. And then over the last 15, 20 years, it's gangbusters. So there's a downtown area. Now people want to live there. Ferndale's all bought up. We talked about what's going to be the next one. Is it Hazel Park? They're just running out of these areas.
And then the answer is yes. We've seen a lot of new construction, new building in Hazel Park. But listen, you got it when you move. One of the most important characteristics of living in a community are the schools.
Absolutely.
Okay, so when you talk about the schools all up and down the Woodward corridor, Birmingham is one of the top school districts.
It is.
And
Berkeley's good though. Royal Oak's. I mean,
Berkeley's real good. Royal Oak's good. All up and down. Right.
Absolutely.
So when you have an area and you have a young family and you look to move and you can relate to this, that you're looking at you're all looking at shopping in the area, but you're looking at the school district.
Absolutely. School districts are just big, and for families to move in and grow, I think that's a big deal.
Yeah.
When you're moving them in.
We're really seeing a lot of people want to be in those downtown locations. Huge trend in that. And it's not just the younger generations. It's not the millennials. We're seeing the 50, 60-somethings getting rid of, downsizing.
Be careful, Natalie.
I'm not far behind, I can say that. But they want to be in a walkable community. So these communities are thriving, and it's all ages, and it's fun to see the mixes downtown.
Well, it's really a quality of life issue, isn't it? I mean, so you go to work and you're going to work. You're going to work where you're going to work. You're going to drive to work. If you can walk to work, that's a bonus, right? But you're going to drive to work, you're going to come home, and you want to live, breathe, exercise, ride your bike, walk, go be part of the community. And that's what people are seeing, the walkability of a neighborhood, which up and down the Woodward corridor, Birmingham offers.
Correct. Yes. I mean, it's the lifestyle. That's what you want, and that's what people are looking for.
Yeah, good.
All right, if you just joined our show, it's 9:08. We've got a great show lined up for you. We want to take all your calls, 248-539-9797. Of course, you can call Capital Mortgage all day long and get that approval letter. I mean, that's the key. Get the right approval letter and make sure that you qualify for the house you're going to be getting at. Of course, you definitely want to make sure in today's competitive market, do you qualify? And I'm going to oppose this, bring this up to you ladies, is do you qualify without selling your existing home? Because it's so important for that step-up buyer to make that move moving forward. And we really are sitting the clients down and making sure they're prepared for the next home purchase. We talk about knowledge, a lot of emotions go involved in this, but really key right now is because of the lack of inventory out there is to have that approval letter and have that mortgage and plan and your team of professionals all set up and ready to go.
Yes. When there's multi-bids on the house, you want to know that your person is qualified so that you can push their offer. So it is important. You want to know what their price point is. You want to know that they're qualified and be able to sell that to the listing agent.
So here's a layup question for you. How big is that pre-approval letter to you and to your seller?
I think it's very important.
Yeah,
It's everything.
It could be the most important thing in that initial part of the transaction, correct?
Absolutely. They want to know that you're going to a good lender, such as yourself, to make sure that that person's qualified and that we can get the deal done.
Yeah, and that's important for everybody to understand that when you're going in and when you're in we're calling this the hot market show. When you're in a hot market and there could be multiple offers and you have that pre-approval letter from a lender that somebody's heard of, whoever that lender is, but it's got to be a reputable lender, that carries a lot of weight and that could swing the deal in your favor. I mean, there's no question about it. But it's the right team that you bring. Now, when we talk about, buying and selling homes, from a listing perspective, we call it staging. You call it staging. I say, hey, what do you have to do to get the house ready? And you said, well, it's staging. That you have to stage that house. What do you do as an experienced realtor when you walk into a house? It's a nice property. You know it's going to sell, but there are things just there that you have to change, little things. What do you do?
Yeah, there are little things. So when I'm with my client, I walk through the house. You want to make sure that the house is freshly painted. Make sure that the carpets are clean. You just want to make sure that the house is very well maintained as far as decluttered. When you're presenting your house, you have to make sure that any of the light fixtures are updated just to make sure that the house is going to present itself in the best way possible.
They always talk about reasonable expectations. I mean, that's pretty much part of it. After you're sitting down with the sellers, you're going over different things, talking about pricing, comparable sales in the neighborhood. You're educating them. You're giving them a real good background. There's just some clients, though, that you have to really tell them, hey, this is what the neighborhood's selling for. Set it up.
Right.
All right, that music says we're up against our first break, but I know we are about to dive into a ton of phone calls and all your information here. 248-539-9797. We'll be right back.
Get on island time with IHOP's new Paradise Pancakes. Try pineapple upside down, strawberry passion fruit, or banana macadamia nut. Take a relaxing tropical break with IHOP's new Paradise Pancakes. For a limited time at participating restaurants.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, so what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. Look, if you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
What famous American has covered more territory than any other? Hint, it's not a person. If you answered the legendary Jeep Grand Cherokee, pat yourself on the backpack. It's not only the most luxurious vehicle in its class, it's also the most awarded SUV ever. Join us now at the Jeep Drive and Discover event. One drive and you'll discover why Jeep is the most awarded best-selling SUV brand. Well-qualified returning FCA employee lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2016 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x4 for $270 a month for 36 months with $19.99 due at signing. Tax, title, and license extra. Based on Ward's vehicle segment, Summit model, the Jeep Grand Cherokee and Jeep brand SUV lineup have won more awards over their lifetimes than any other SUV or SUV lineup. Based on total SUV sales over the past 12 months in the 2014 Ward's light vehicle segment. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution. Lease through Chrysler Capital. Current lease must end by 7/6/17. 25-cent charge for each mile over 30,000. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 7/5/16. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Shooting stars aren't really stars at all. They're meteoroids burning up in the Earth's atmosphere. Trader Joe's also has shooting stars that aren't really stars. This is Matt Sloan of Trader Joe's. Our shooting stars are better than the astronomical variety. You can eat Trader Joe's shooting stars cookies. Try eating a meteorite. Shooting Stars cookies are star-shaped sugar cookies striped with semi-sweet chocolate. What looks like sugar sprinkled on top is actually the key to these cookies' popping, sizzling success. It's a cracking candy made by cooling a hot sugar syrup in the presence of carbon dioxide gas. This causes tiny, high-pressure bubbles to form inside the crystallized candy. Every bite activates a sparkly sensation that can truly be described as stellar. Shooting Stars cookies, like all shooting stars, are fleeting. We're selling each box of 16 cookies for $2.99 while they last, only at Trader Joe's. For the location of your neighborhood Trader Joe's, check us out at TraderJoe's.com. Thanks for listening.
Your 20-minute drive home from work just turned into an hour, all because it's construction season in Michigan. At Wilson Marine, we get it. It's time to grab your bravest kid and bust out the tube. Hook the rope up, get up to speed, and drive in circles till they fall off. Something about driving fast in random circles makes that hour drive home a distant memory. No orange barrels out here. Wilson Marine. Life is short. Boats are cool.
Spend the summer playing on the lake with a new boat from Wilson Marine. Sport boats and runabouts perfect for your favorite water sports start at only $139 a month. On a trailer, ready to go. Wilson Marine. Life is short. Water sports boats are cool. Stop into Wilson Marine today to see Michigan's largest selection of new and pre-owned boats. Wilson Marine in Brighton, Howell, Commerce Township, and our newest location on Jefferson Avenue in Harrison Township. Or 24/7 at wilsonboats.com.
Geico presents Kathy, the Candid Real Estate Agent.
Now, in the living room, you'll see this beautiful bay window. It's energy efficient and lets in a ton of natural light. It will also let in a thief when you leave it unlocked, and he'll steal your laptop and flat screen TV. Now, who wants to see the kitchen?
It's hard to know all that comes with renting a home or apartment. That's why the Geico Insurance Agency makes getting covered for personal property loss and damage quick and easy. Visit geico.com and see how affordable renter's insurance can be.
At
At Walgreens, getting diabetes testing supplies with Medicare Part B is a walk in the park. Really, because getting what you need is quick and easy, giving you more time for other things. There's $0 out of pocket on all major brands like Freestyle and Walgreens True Metrics, and no extra paperwork. So managing diabetes becomes a stroll down Easy Street, or a trip to the movies, or even a day at the beach. Talk to your pharmacist today. Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
Zero out-of-pocket cost when billed to Medicare and full coverage supplemental insurance.
Can't get an open phone line? Use the Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge Ticket Text. 97136. It's always open. Don't overpay. Get into Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge today.
We never miss the Extra Point. 97.1. The Ticket.
All right, welcome back to the show, 916. If you're just joining us, it's the Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I know Ronnie J and a whole staff of loan officers are there to help you. Get that approval letter. Better yet, did you hear about what happened over there in the UK?
It was crazy over there.
Yeah, if you haven't refinanced yet, definitely take a look at that.
It was predicted. We're talking about Brexit, the United Kingdom's exit from the European Union, and the problem is with this is that it throws the markets into a tizzy, and I hate to say it like this, but uncertainty for the financial sector brings mortgage interest rates down. Now, I'm not rooting for that, okay? I'm rooting for stability, and I'm a pretty conservative guy, and I like things pretty stable. But what this could do temporarily is make interest rates slide a little bit downward. The however is that, as we always say, rates are not going down to zero. It's not going to happen. Rates aren't going to zero. You should lock into a rate now. Be happy if it's on a refinance transaction. Save your money now and get it done. If you're looking to purchase a home, there isn't a better time to buy a home than right now with 30-year rates in the mid-threes. Okay? Now, that's stealing. Okay, I can tell you this. That's stealing. It's free money. After tax, you're paying somewhere in the mid-twos. So what are you going to complain about, an eighth here or an eighth there? Do it now. And when I say that, it's because at this time next year, rates aren't going to be this low. And that's a guarantee. Anybody want to bet me on that? Let's do it. Rates will not be this low this time next year. So that's what I have to say about that, Harvey.
We record these shows here, so don't worry.
I know, and I've been wrong in 16 years on the radio or 27 years. Just ask me.
We have some open lines, 248-539-9797. Again, we remind you that we brought in Aaron Keating DeWald and Natalie Reed from the brand new office, the Keller Williams office. It's a domain luxury office. I mean, this is a little bit higher scale office than you're going to see. It's some of the other ones, a little bit more experience. Some of the agents have been around the block, like we said earlier, a lot longer, have the experience, the knowledge, probably a little bit tighter, a little bit better in communication skills in regards to negotiating. And I think that's really good stuff. Just again, your transaction wants to be really, like we said, it should be fun. You should enjoy making that move to the next house. And it takes a group of professionals, Natalie, as we talk about so much, and really understanding what's going on in the marketplace regarding values and inventory and things of that nature.
Yeah, absolutely. Our leadership team at the Keller Williams Domain and Royal Oak office, we really focus on coaching and training our associates so that they're experts in the market. We want to be the leaders in the industry. We want our clients to look at us and ask us any of their real estate questions. We talk about things like home affordability. So our sales meetings aren't about having fantastic coffee and donuts, although they're welcome. But we're talking home affordability. How much more house can you get right now versus back even in 1995? With how amazing interest rates are right now, I mean, you're able to spend the same amount of money and get a house that's worth 40 to 50 grand more. It's incredible. And now is the time to buy.
Well, that's the big picture view. We talk about that. The big picture view is it's a lifestyle. It's for the future. You're buying a house. You're not buying a house for today. You're buying a house for years and years down the road. You're there to raise a family, and it's a place where you're going to be for a long period of time. So you have to take the long view on this. It's just not the short-term view. And speaking about that, I've been watching that market for a very long time. And there's certain areas that I watch and I drive around, and on the weekends when I've got nothing to do, I like driving the neighborhoods. I'm a street guy. I get in my car and I get on the street, and that's what we do. Aaron, you've got some open houses coming up this weekend. You've got some tremendous properties that you want to tell people about. Why don't you give them the address and tell them what's going on in those properties, and tell us a little bit about those properties, what makes them so special.
I do. I have actually 2 houses open this weekend. So I have one in Lake Orion Township, 3878 Kossuth Road, and that is going to be open today from 1 to 4. I have one open tomorrow in Birmingham, 1883 Shipman Boulevard. So that is open from 1 to 3 on Sunday. So I have 2 great properties, 2 different locations. The first one, the one that's in Lake Orion, that one is an updated brick colonial. It has an updated kitchen, bathroom. It's a beautiful house for a great price. Again, great schools, Lake Orion schools. The one on Shipman, walking distance to downtown Birmingham. It's a newer build home, so it's built in 2009. 5 bedrooms, 3,200 square feet. So that's a fantastic property as well. I wanted to talk about another one that I have on Pembroke. Sure. It's a great bungalow, brick bungalow. It is 2602 Pembroke. I'm actually going to be reducing that price today to $339. It's completely updated. It has 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. It has a great. It's all updated.
And that's Birmingham Schools as well as the one on Shipman, correct?
Correct.
All right, so we have 2 in Birmingham, 2 with Birmingham Schools, 1 with Lake Orion Schools, and they're tremendous family homes.
Correct. They're great houses. So get out, see some great open houses this weekend. Those are 3 ones that I wanted to highlight, and then I've got quite a few other ones. That
Get your approval in hand also.
Right.
And get the knowledge behind it. Get the knowledge behind you. Understand where the value is. Like I said, what a great buy in Lake Orion. But if you don't have the knowledge behind you to make those decisions, that's why it's key to get that professional team and start educating yourself really on not only the new mortgage process that's involved, but what's going on in those communities and how to bid on these homes. As Natalie was just talking off the air with me, there's just not a lot of homes out there. And if you're a seller, you can get top dollar right now for your home. Maybe now's the time to make that move, whether you're moving up to another home or downsizing because you're just going to be moving out or your kids are out of the house, you're becoming an empty nester.
Yeah, now's the time to sell. We're in this interesting sweet spot in the market where it's great for sellers and buyers, which is rare. Usually it is a buyer's or seller's market. But right now, when you take a look at appreciation, I mean, prices have come back. They're at the highest ever. We're talking ever, not just in the last 5 years, 10 years, ever.
Ever's a very long time.
It's a very, very long time.
Ever's a very long time. So let's talk about our favorite subject we talk about. We don't want this, and it's our favorite subject to talk about. Because right now we think it's a seller's market, have property values caught up to the sales?
In what location?
Okay, so Aaron's going to try to trick me. Okay, let's talk about your area right there. The 3 houses that you mentioned, okay, are those houses going to appraise for what you want to sell them for?
Yes. Lake Orion, for sure. I mean, that's a great price. We actually reduced the price at $329. It hasn't been on the market long. It's a great family home, so that one is definitely going to appraise. The one on Pembroke in Birmingham,
well, for sure.
That's a starting,
we know
that's a starting
that's
price point.
I love that house so much because I think there's a tremendous amount of value there, and I think there's a tremendous amount of value what you're selling that house for, and that area, it's a starting price point for there, and I think people are going to get the value out of that house.
I do too.
Yeah, I like that house.
I do too.
So when we go ahead, we're going to sell that house, and you write a purchase agreement on that house today. Okay, and we call up and we get that appraiser out there next week. What do you do when that appraiser comes out?
I actually meet with the appraiser. I do bring comparable properties. I show them all the updates so they have all the information. I want to make sure that the appraised value comes in and I'm pushing the property.
So you bring the data points out there. And again, for everybody out there, we cannot tell an appraiser what to appraise a house for. We can't even talk about it. As mortgage bankers, we can't even call the appraiser. But you as a realtor, you can meet that appraiser out there with the data points, with the comparable sales, and you can say, here, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you do your job and make it a little bit easier for you. And here's what we have in the market. Now, if I'm an appraiser, I'm saying thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Right. I'm going to make it easy for you. I'm bringing you all the comparables and we're going to get it done.
Right.
Yeah, the value's there. So you have to make sure that you're pointing out everything that they've done to the house as well. So all the features,
updates,
all
everything.
the updates. So you're giving all the information to the appraiser.
But we also understand, as homeowners, we should understand just because we put in that $50,000 or $60,000 or $70,000 kitchen or we've updated things, that you might not get dollar for dollar out of that, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I think what's most important when looking at the comparables is a realtor that's been in those properties. So an appraiser is looking at information on whatever's on the listing ticket is all they know. They may not have talked about if there's an updated furnace or air conditioner. Whereas agents, we've been in those properties and we can say, well, we know if you really want to compare apples to apples, you have to dig deeper versus just what's on the listing ticket.
I agree, and we're all on the same team. People have to realize that we're all on the same team here. We're looking to take care of that client, and we'll tell the client. That's why this is called the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate and Business Shows, because we'll tell clients, hey, listen, we can't do this. We need your help in order to get you what you want, in order to sell your house, right, in order to get you a mortgage. Here are the things that we need to do to sell that house and get you a mortgage. So we tell them, hey, listen, look at, we need all these documents. We need you to paint your house. We need you to get this old furniture out, because that's just the way it is. If you want,
effort.
It's a team effort, and we're trying to set up our clients for success and build those relationships. And I think that's what experience does for people. People have to understand that. And I'm sensitive to all the brother-in-laws and sister-in-laws out there that want to be in the mortgage and real estate business. But guess what? You might hurt some feelings, but you better go to somebody experienced.
Absolutely. It's not an easy business. We need to know. We need to surround ourselves with good professionals who know their business and get the job done. That's our responsibility to our clients.
Beautiful, Harvey. Let's sell some houses.
There's a lot of emotions involved. Hey, we'll take your phone calls. 248-539-9797. We're up against a quick break here. We come back. Let's hear from you.
At Davenport University, our innovative approach to higher education keeps us in touch with ever-changing job markets.
We have a one-year MBA program. We're one of the few colleges of urban education in the whole country. Our program is like 10 years of real-world experience for our candidates, and it is a true gift for inner-city students.
In technology, we're leading the way in cyber defense, digital forensics, and data mining.
We want our graduates to hit the ground running.
We go beyond PowerPoints, and we give TED-style presentations so we get comfortable selling our ideas.
We have almost 400 online courses with instructors and students from all over the country and world.
Davenport has the best simulation labs in Michigan and more clinical hours for the best real-world experience.
For a head start in business, technology, healthcare, or urban education, come to Davenport and get where the world is going.
We've helped 95% of our students with financial assistance. To find out how we can help you, call 855-DAVENPORT. Classes begin September 6th.
Hi, I'm Brian Scudamore from 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Goodbye, junk. Hello, relief.
Oh, you've heard the radio ads.
We love those ads.
You point at junk, and it disappears.
It really works. Look, this is the coolest thing ever.
We come when it's convenient for you.
Call today before noon, and we'll be there today.
Can I tell my friends?
I hope you will, ma'am. 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
It's summer sell down at Jim Causey Buick GMC. Pull ahead 3 months early and get
below employee pricing on a 2016 GMC Terrain. 24-month Conquest lease for only $99 a month. $9.99 down and no doc fee. Offer ends June 30th. Visit JimCausley.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
You can't do better. You can't do better than Causey.
Jim Causey, 16 and a half in Gratiot in Clinton Township.
Hello?
Good morning, sir.
Who is it? Some guy with a clipboard.
In this election season, every vote matters.
Clipboard? And a Mountain Dew t-shirt.
It's Mountain Dew Decision 2016. Dew Nation asked to bring back 2 legendary Dew flavors. Now you decide which one stays.
Cool. Right on.
It's either Mountain Dew Pitch Black, a bold Dew with a twist of citrus and dark fruit flavor.
It's Black Rules.
Or the equally outrageous tropical lime flavor of Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Oh, I love Baja Blast.
So is it Mountain Dew Pitch Black or Mountain Dew Baja Blast?
Mountain Dew Pitch Black. What?
Are you kidding? This calls for a debate.
It's Mountain Dew Decision 2016. Dew fans everywhere asked us to bring back 2 legendary flavors, but only one will stay, and you decide. Is it Mountain Dew Pitch Black or Mountain Dew Baja Blast? Vote online today at Decision.com.
Pick up Mountain Dew Baja Blast and Mountain Dew Pitch Black at your convenience stores of Speedway today. Vote for your favorite flavor at Decision.com and decide which flavor will stick around after the summer is over. Mountain Dew Decision 2016. 2 choices, 1 stays. You decide.
How many cliches does it take to tell you about the Big League Raffle from the Michigan Lottery? Let's count.
Fans, it's time to step up to the plate for the Big League Raffle. Here's the pitch. You could win a trip for 2 to the 2016 World Series and score 2017 Detroit Tigers season tickets for 2. And to cover all the bases, there are thousands of other cash prizes up to $50,000.
Get your Michigan Lottery Big League Raffle ticket in-store or online before they're long gone. Major League Baseball trademarks and copyrights are used with permission of the applicable MLB entity. All rights reserved.
Well, the Michigan Lottery has an instant game. It's the richest ever, and it goes by the name of Max Money. Oh, yeah. You can multiply your winnings up to 200 times. 30 chances to win. It's one of a kind. A $30 ticket that's chock full of luck. The top instant prize is $4 million. Max Money.
At $4 million, new Max Money is the richest instant payout.
Big Max Money.
So play new Max Money from the Michigan Lottery and put some Max Play in your day.
Max Money.
Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
The next time you're in Vegas, head to the D Las Vegas. It's not on the Strip. It's in downtown Vegas. The odds are better, the party's bigger, and you'll feel right at home. Book your stay today at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Jersey Mike Subs. Tigers fall to the Indians 7-4. Indians are down 1-7-0. A cool 7-0 against the Tigers. Tigers had their 4-game winning streak snapped. Still 2 games above 500. Anibal Sanchez in the bump today is 4-7. On 97 The Ticket. First pitch at 4:10. Jordan Zimmerman didn't have it last night. He loses, giving up all 7 runs and 9 hits in his season worst 3 2/3. NHL draft. The Red Wings did a pretty good job, able to trade down in the first round, deal away the prohibitive contract of Pavel Datsyuk, a $7.5 million would-be salary cap hit. In exchange, they get Arizona's first pick and 20th overall for Detroit's number 16 in the first round. Arizona also gives Detroit a second-rounder and center Joe Vitale. At Ticket Update Desk, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 9701theticket.com.
In your radio, in your computer, and now in your pocket. Push, click, and listen.
97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show, 932. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. That's 1-800-569-7283. Hey, why don't you send us an email, mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com. Always your live calls here, 248-539-9797. We'll go to our caller, Mike, out there. And actually, that's going to be me on this, I think, if I can click him on. We got caller Mike. There he is. Hey, good morning, Mike. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. How is everybody?
Real good.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Great. I just had a quick question. I was refinancing a home in northern Michigan and had my appraisal done. And I have a 3-bedroom, 1.5-bedroom house in the tune of 1,700 square feet. And they benchmarked 3 common properties that hadn't sold in the last 6 months. And they were all 2-bedroom, 1 or 1.5 baths. And the value came in low. So I wasn't going to bring more money to closing at my refi. Is there any recourse on the appraisal that I think they did a poor job of finding comparable properties?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. And I spend the majority of my day working on appraisals. So I can tell you this. Are there other homes in the area comparable that have sold? Did you find any other comps that have sold recently, or is there just nothing in the area that has sold?
You know, I looked at some of the current listings, and that's just what people are asking for their homes. But there's homes that would have achieved my value without any problem.
Yeah, problem is listings don't make it. You can't have a listing or a pending sale. It has to be sold, and it has to be, if it hasn't sold within the last 6 months, you can go outside the 6-month range. You can go even, up to a year, even over a year if it makes sense. So the problem is you're now a victim of your area that is not selling. So that's keeping your value, I want to say, the same as it was, say, last year. You need new sales that have sold higher. Even though you're a 3-bedroom versus a 2-bedroom, you need comparable sales and you need current sales to bring that value up on an appraisal situation. So my advice to you is just hang in there. You don't necessarily have to do something right now. You don't want to bring a lot of money to closing. If you think there are going to be sales, rates aren't going anywhere for the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. I can tell you that you might get some summer sales that'll be recorded within the next 30 days, and you can use them as comps.
Well, and then one of the properties I'm familiar with, and that was a home in need of renovation, and I know that where it was valued at and everything else. So I think it was another poor choice of comps. But
right, but so what other comps in there could they have used? I mean, that's the question. And like I said, you're the victim of your own area. There's going to be a house that is not as nice as yours. And that's going to bring down the value of your house, but it's really the market value approach. We have to use sales in the area. It can't just be because we think your house is nicer or, in fact, your house is nicer. We have to go on the sales in the area.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, well, man, thanks
for the call.
I have one thing to tie in on that.
Sure.
When you're looking at sales data, appraisers typically are relying what's on the multi-list, especially if you're in a remote community. There's a lot of word of mouth. If you know of something that's sold by owner, they will consider that. And they will review an appraisal if you're bringing in new sales information.
That is
so
true.
talk to your friends and neighbors.
Right, it's just not the multi-list, right? It's especially in the rural areas. No doubt about that. Find out what's going on in your neighborhood before you go ahead and make that move to refinance. Hey, I wanted to throw it out there. If you did refinance already this year, of course, with the lower rates potentially coming up, or if you are thinking about purchasing a house, definitely don't feel panic. You did the right thing. Keep moving forward. Make those payments. Contact your loan officer or contact us at Capital Mortgage Funding, and we'll tell you how soon you'll be able to refinance. And potentially there is an opportunity to save a few more dollars. Let's continue the calls here. We've got Christina calling in from White Lake. Good morning, Christina. Welcome to our show.
Hi.
Hi, Christina.
Hello.
What's going on?
Go ahead.
My husband and I bought a bank-owned home, and we closed on it. And in our title paperwork, it stated that there was no escrow on water and sewage, that it was to be paid prior to closing by the seller's agent. The problem was it wasn't paid. And we're just having a hard time getting our money back.
Ladies?
Title company. You're going to have to go back to the title company and find out why they didn't hold money in escrow from the previous seller to cover the water bill.
Yeah.
And we'd have to see the contract on that too. Just
Right. Does it read in your purchase agreement that the seller is going to obviously get their final water bill and all that and make sure that's handled at closing?
Yes. I mean, it was a bank-owned home, so the title company is saying it's a bank-home home. Once we close, they won't reopen the file.
No, that's not necessarily. I don't know that to be true.
Who's the title company?
Ooh.
I didn't ask the lender. Who is it?
I think it's American Title.
Okay, so what you have to do is you have to call that title company to close the transaction. Because, see, the title company's there representing both buyer and seller. They make sure the transaction goes smooth, and they're representing both parties in the transaction if there was only one title company involved. Aaron?
It should be in your purchase agreement.
We shared.
It should be in the purchase agreement unless the bank-owned property, you sign something saying that you would be you're responsible. So it should be in your purchase agreement.
Yeah, did you spell it? Do you see it?
It was supposed to be paid prior. Everybody agrees to that. It's just that right now everybody's pointing fingers at somebody else.
Curious, how much was the water bill? Hey, how much was the water bill, Christine?
It's a sewer bill, $1,000.
Yeah, you want that taken care of.
Yeah, if you want, you can go ahead and send us that purchase document, that transactional document. We want to take a look at it. Maybe we can help point you in the right direction. Maybe even refer somebody out that you could call.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thanks for the call, Christine. Really appreciate it. Again, it's just another sign. And again, this is what the show's all about. We've been on for a long time, and it's consumer advocate stuff. It's getting the right professionals involved. Don't just think it's going to be handled. Your sign, and how many people really go through and read those? And we know that these bank-owned ones have different language in it. They have language such as if you don't close on a certain day, it could be a $100 penalty to you. Even if for some reason the bank's the one delaying it, the sellers could be delaying it.
But also, Aaron brings up a good point. It could. And I'm not saying in this case it said this, but it could say that, guess what? The buyer's responsible.
The buyer's responsible.
Yeah.
A lot of times the bank-owned properties will put it back onto the buyer.
Yeah, because they don't want to be responsible for anything.
They don't want to be responsible. They're the seller.
Right, and they're done, and people are out, and it's a bank-owned property.
Right.
So those are tricky transactions. There's a lot of moving parts, as we like to say, on those transactions. So you just have to be very, very careful. In this case, I'd like to take a look at it, and I can refer her to somebody that maybe could move it further along down the line.
Yeah, we got some open lines. 248-539-9797. Give us a phone call if you're thinking about purchasing a house or even selling your house. We've got some great agents in here this morning. Boy, this is one of those shows where you want to get in touch with us so we can get you real professional people that'll maximize the profitability when you're selling your house and make sure it's a win-win for all parties involved. This is the key. 248-539-9797. We'll go off to Mike. Good morning, Mike. Welcome to our show.
Hey, Harry, Harvey, how you guys doing?
What's up, Mike? How you doing?
Good. So I was listening to the show, obviously. This is for the gentleman that called right before that was talking about the home up north, as well as the real estate agent that's on your show. It's not necessarily, as far as appraisals are concerned, I am an appraiser. So as far as appraisals are concerned, it's not necessarily what homes in the neighborhood are selling for. It's what the homes that are most similar to the subject are selling for. So just because a home maybe across the street sold for a particular value if that home is not comparable, not just style, condition, and quality, but most importantly, the thing that's forgotten, and this is why I called in, size difference limit. 25% size difference limit. You're not allowed to exceed that. That's a guideline that a lot of people forget about, and it's especially real estate agents. So just wanted to call in and point that out and make sure that you understand, and that callers out there understand that appraisers may see homes that are directly across the street from your house that just sold, but it may not be comparable because it may not meet guidelines.
Hey, Mike, are you offended when a real estate agent, a professional, shows up to the house that they're listing, representing the seller with all the comps and says, hey, look, I did my research. I want to give you a little...
No.
I love that. Heck no.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And you know what my favorite, she said earlier, which I love this. This is something that's very important. She said she puts a list of all the updates together. That is actually very helpful. We really enjoy that part of it. Now, a lot of times I will not look at the comps if I already know exactly what I'm doing. I already got them all taken care of. Sometimes I will. I'm writing an appraisal as we speak, listening to your show. And I just took a peek at what this agent handed me. You were talking earlier about the school system, how important that is. This particular home is located in Bloomfield Hills and has Pontiac School District. Okay, very important, dominating feature. Some of the comps that this agent handed me all have West Bloomfield schools.
Right.
Very different.
A little bit different out there. Yeah, you're somewhere over Square Lake and Middle Belt area, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yep,
So, Mike, let me ask you this question. As an appraiser right now, you're seeing areas that have come back and have appreciated in value. There are still certain areas that haven't caught up. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. That's correct. Yep. Little pockets, too. When you say areas, it may not be an entire city. It may be a little pocket. For instance, this one I'm doing right now is one of those areas. Right on the border there, Kego and Sylvan Lake, there's a little pocket right there that's not doing so hot.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it, but there's lots of areas, of course, in Detroit. Not Rosedale Park. That place is doing great.
Mm-hmm.
A couple little areas in Detroit that are doing great. But, yeah, there's definitely little pockets. And, again, I loved her answer on her meeting that real estate agent that's on your show said a great thing. What area are you talking about? Because it's not, there's just little neighborhoods and stuff that do great and little ones that not so great. So
And
everyone's different.
I think it's important to know that every property and every area has their own characteristics, and just because certain areas are going strong doesn't mean others are, and vice versa. But the bottom line is, when you take a look at an appraisal, there are a lot of things to consider, and like you said, there are certain maximum adjustments that you can make. There are certain things that you can't do. And in this business, whether you're the realtor, the appraiser, the mortgage company, the inspector, we're really all in the same business, and we're really looking out for the client. And I think as long as appraisers aren't that sensitive like you, Mike, and we appreciate it, you're an experienced appraiser, we really enjoy working with everybody.
Thanks for the call, Mike. Okay, we're up against a break. It's 9:43. A gorgeous day out there. Come on back and join our show, 248-539-9797.
Stop by any of the 77 Detroit area O'Reilly Auto Parts stores, where you'll find everyday low prices on the parts you need to keep your vehicle at its best. Our guaranteed low prices ensure you're always getting our best deal. In fact, we'll match any auto parts store's price on any like item. We have the parts you need at prices you can be sure of. Come see for yourself at your local Detroit area O'Reilly Auto Parts store. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, purchase 5 quarts of Quaker State conventional motor oil and a MicroGuard filter for $13.99 after mail-in rebate. Quaker State protects your engine from high temperatures and prevents corrosion from harmful elements. Quaker State conventional motor oil and a MicroGuard filter, $13.99 after mail-in rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limit supply. See store for details.
Get to the annual ABC Warehouse tent sale for some of the biggest savings of the year on appliances, TVs, mattresses, furniture, and more. Plus, get up to 5 years no interest store-wide. Right now, get an LED 1080p 50-inch TV for just $298, or an Amana top-mount refrigerator for only $397. And 5,000 to 25,000 BTU air conditioners are closeout price from just $97. The tents are up and the prices are down. ABC Warehouse, the closest thing to wholesale.
With Wow Choice, you can build your own plan. Just pick an internet speed, choose a cable package, and keep adding. So whether your name is Mr. Seymour Cat Videos,
Aw, little bitty kitty cats.
Ms. I'm a Gamer,
Activate power shields and wizard spells.
or Ms. Lift a Post,
Hashtag dinner, y'all.
there's a plan with your name on it. Like if you only want internet, get 30 megs for just $24.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Or build your own package. That's Wow Choice. Offer subject to change. Certain restrictions apply. Visit Huawei.com for service descriptions, terms, and conditions.
The wait is over. Hurry on in for the bold, juicy, and savory Subway sandwich. Introducing a masterpiece of awesome flavor. Our steak and cheese sandwich, now with our signature horseradish sauce. Tempt your taste buds with a generous layer of tasty lean steak, crisp vegetables, and rich slices of melted cheese. Then top it off with a can't-wait taste of our new bold horseradish sauce. The horseradish steak and cheese sandwich. Why wait any longer? Be bold. Subway. Eat fresh.
At participating locations, limited time only.
The following rules cover the Wallside Windows Contest 2016. Enter online at cbsdetroit.com/wallside from 12 a.m. April 5th to October 2nd at midnight. 1 entry per person. 1 secondary prize winner will be randomly selected by the station at 12 p.m. on May 31st, June 30th, July 30th, and August 31st from all eligible entries received up to the time of the random drawing. Non-selected entries will automatically roll over into subsequent secondary prize random drawings. 1 grand prize winner will be randomly selected by the station on October 30th from all eligible entries received during the entry period. Odds depend on the number of entries received at the time of each drawing. The 4 secondary prize winners will each win a gift certificate valid for 1 standard 6-foot white door wall, sliding glass door, manufactured and installed by Wallside Windows in Winter's Home, valued at $1,400. The grand prize winner will receive a $7,200 gift certificate from Wallside Windows, valid for custom-made windows and installation in the Winter's Home. Prize awarded upon verification of eligibility. Prize winner must own their home as of the date prior to the start of the promotion. Entrants are solely responsible for obtaining and paying for all required permits to complete any construction and permissions and authorizations from any local homeowners association or government. Open to Michigan residents 18 or older in the Wallside Windows service area listed on 971theticket.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Visit cbsdetroit.com/wallside for rules.
97.1 The Ticket will be all over Comerica Park for pregame action before the Tigers take on the Indians. Pat Caputo will be broadcasting from Gate A Sunday. Look for the Ticket Chicks and the Street Team. They'll have your chance to win Michigan Lottery's Hit 250 $5 instant game. Win up to $500,000. Get a Hit Games ticket and put some play in your day. Call 866-66-TIGER or visit Tigers.com for your tickets to any Tigers home game.
Some complain. We explain.
97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show, 947. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Yeah, you give us a call, you save a lot of money. How about get hooked up with great real estate professionals like Aaron Keating DeWald and, of course, Natalie Reed here from the Keller Williams office, Domain Luxury. It is an absolutely stellar office. Harry and I got a chance to check it out yesterday. And if you want real professionals to help you, be sure to call Capital Mortgage first. Get that approval letter, find out about it, start getting your knowledge and your team together, and make that home purchase work for you and your family. 248-539-9797. We'll go to our callers here. And if you'd like to call them, we got some open lines. Let's try Jerry out there first. Good morning, Jerry. Welcome to our show.
Hey, how's it going?
Morning, Jer.
Yeah, so me and my wife, we make about $65,000 to $70,000 a year right now, but we have about $80,000 in student loan debt, and we're moving out of our apartment complex in about 4 months. So we're probably looking at next summer to move into a home. So I was wondering about what's our chances with that amount of student loan debt.
Yeah, I'd like to see what the minimum monthly payment is on the student loan. That's what counts against you, is the minimum monthly payments on all your debts. So your credit card debt, student loans, your automobiles. What people don't realize is some of the debts like you have, like don't even show up. Like your car phone really doesn't show, or your cell phone doesn't show up. Also, insurances don't show up. But the first thing I think would be a good step for you both is to have a mortgage professional like us, at least get your credit report in hand, and then use that versus your income and give you an approval letter. I think you knowing what you qualify for, and maybe get you in touch with the real estate agent, and maybe just touch it a little bit. Go out there and test the waters a little and see all the different opportunities that might be out there for you. Just curious, you said you were renting now, Jerry. What are you paying in rent? I'm sorry, say that again.
Did you get caught?
Oh, I'm missing you, man. Go back to where you were before. Sound like you went into the bomb shelter there. But anyhow, look, there's no doubt that renters now, Natalie, we were talking about it, are just amazed when they find out. And thanks for the call. You sound like, we lost them there. But thanks for the call. There's no doubt, Natalie, that, boy, when families sit down and they see, hey, we're renting this house for $1,200, they might be able to own it for $850 or something like that. It's just a tremendous opportunity, as you mentioned, with these low rates.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, over a 7-year period, someone that's renting is going to spend 47% more than if they purchased a property, not to mention the equity that they're building up.
So, of course, if you've got, start with, are you going to be staying here? Is this where you're going to live? If you're going to live here for at least 2 years, I think the minimum is 2 for sure, maybe even 3 years to recoup some cost involved in a transaction. But if you're going to stay in a location, if this is where you're going to live, find out what it would cost, how much you qualify for. Again, do you have the credit and the funds to close on a house? The home ownership is probably going to be a great opportunity for you. Strong communities, building families up. I mean, we all here have families. That's what it's all about. All right, let's move on to some calls here. We got Dan out in Pinckney. Good morning, Dan. Welcome to our show.
Good morning. How are you?
Morning, Dan.
I bought a plot of land from the Michigan State Tax Auction, and I had an offer to sell it for $7,000, and the real estate agent said I needed to pay $300 for a title search and $600 for title search insurance. And I thought when you did the tax auction that you didn't have to do any title searches. It was all free and clear title.
When you sell a property, you do have to provide clean title on the seller's end. It's on the buy side where it's optional if you're paying cash. And let me tell all consumers, you want title insurance no matter what the price of the property is. I know of people that have bought $10,000 homes and they find out they owe more than that in taxes if they pay cash for it.
Yeah, I would say that's a very good protection mechanism for you, both on the sell side and especially on the buy side. We will not mortgage a property without title insurance. I mean, like Natalie said, it's if you're paying cash for it, then that's up to you. But we do not do any mortgage transactions without title insurance. And I think for your protection, if you're looking to sell a property, why wouldn't you want to be insured? You want to make sure nobody ever can come back on you for any previous lien or any type of debt that was on that property.
I thought the tax action wiped out all liens, though.
Not necessarily.
No? Okay.
Not necessarily.
There can be gap coverages. So from the time a property is recorded at the county, if something was on someone's corner of the desk and it didn't get recorded yet, if it hits the file later, you are on the hook.
Hey, Dan, thanks for the call. Again, if you bought the property and you got a little bit of profit there, he's selling it for $7,000. I don't know what you bought it for. He might have bought it for $500. But look, take your money and run. But if they are telling you that's part of the transaction, you have to pay maybe a transfer tax on that too, I'm sure.
Here, let me put it to you this way. Wouldn't you lay $300 or $400 to secure $7,000? I mean, if somebody said to you, you're getting $7,000, but you have to pay me $400 to insure it, wouldn't you do it?
Yeah.
In a minute. That's what you do. That's what it is. You don't want to ever sell a property without making sure that you're covered.
All right, we're going to move off to line 4 here. We got Josh on the line. Good morning, Josh. Welcome to our show.
Good morning, guys. How are you guys doing?
Real good. What's happening?
I got a question. I bought a house in 2009 in Royal Oak as a short sale, and I'm thinking about putting the house on the market at probably around the end of July. Well, actually, the end of June. And I missed the segment about the caller with the appraiser, and I wanted to see where my house would be at with that. Because I had a guy come in and said that I can probably put it up for $190, but I probably won't be get appraised for that.
So you do want to talk to an agent and make sure that they are providing you the information of what your house is worth in this market.
Yeah, we'll have Aaron give you a call actually after the show. We did some market analysis for you and find out what's going on over there.
I'd love to give you a call.
Yeah.
And trends, they change every 30 days. So if that was even 3 or 4 weeks ago, the market is in a different place, especially in Royal Oak. It's hot.
Well, there are 2 houses on my street that sold like back in September of 15 for $165. And
how long ago was it?
September.
September?
Back in September.
Okay.
Yeah, but September's different than July of 2016.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So isn't the market's got to be up since then?
I would agree with that.
I would have to agree
but you
with
need
that.
to. Erin has to call you because she has more data and she will go ahead be able to give you all the history.
I'd love to give you a market analysis for your home and be able to help you with that.
Cool stuff, Josh. Hey, Josh, when you sell the house, where are you going to move to? Where are you thinking?
I'm not thinking. I'm not sure yet. I know my girlfriend lives in Birmingham, and she's thinking about selling her place too. So
I got the best Birmingham agent sitting right in front of me here. Hey, it's a great call this morning, Josh. We'll get you hooked up with some people that have tremendous knowledge in those areas. Great call. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, continue the calls here. 248-539-9797. Let's go off to Jerry again, I think. Jerry, welcome back. I don't know. Go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, hey, how's it going? Sorry about the drop call there.
No problem.
Oh, hey, Jerry. Yeah, we were asking you how much you were paying in rent.
Yeah, $850.
Oh, it's a pretty low amount. I mean, okay.
Yeah, but
it's just a 1-bedroom in Royal Oak.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we're possibly moving out to Novi and paying $700 a month. for about 6 months or so.
All right. Anyways, you're going to be a future home buyer, and that's what's cool.
Hey,
I think
Jerry,
we'll
I
get
want to
you
ask you this question. How long have you been making those student loan payments for?
My wife actually just started hers a few months ago, and hers is $188.
Okay.
Mine hasn't started yet, and there will be about $350.
All right, so I think we need to take a look at your credit. We need to do our debt-to-income ratios for you and let you know, and I don't think you're that far off. I mean, so if you want to do it next year, next spring, we can try to get you set up right now and put you in line.
Yeah, and about right now we're saving about $800 a month along with paying for the rent, too.
Sounds like you're doing the right thing, but I think you really need to take a long-term view of this, and let's run the credit and let's see where we can get you, and then we'll give you a time frame, and you'll tell us when the best time for you is.
All right, yeah, for sure. That'd be awesome.
Thanks for the call, Jay. We'll follow up with you. Hey, let's move off to John here. Good morning, John. Thanks for staying on the line. Go ahead, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My son just recently bought a house in Romeo, contingent upon him selling his home. So my understanding is that the house that he's buying stays on the market. If another offer comes in, what are his rights at that point?
Well, it depends what the contingency says. Typically, there's a time frame, usually 48 to 72 hours, in which your son would have the opportunity to either remove the contingency and move forward with the purchase, or he would have to release the contract.
Okay, but they have to come back to him and tell him he has to basically act on.
Yes.
Yes,
agreement.
typically that's how the addendum reads. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
We'd be
And-
happy to
and-
take a look at it.
Okay, and can you also tell me the area of Adams and Silver Bell, not the $1 Million Mile, a smaller subdivision?
Hey, John.
Over there.
John, the show just is about to end here, but we will follow up with you, and it's a great phone call, and we'd love to help your son. Thank you very much for the call. Again, for all the callers out there, we want to thank you for calling in. It's been another version of the Hardcore Mortgage Show. Definitely want to thank you ladies are coming back so we can talk all about your grand opening of your office. We've got some great listings out there, too. Be sure to get in touch with Capital Mortgage Fund and get the approval letter, and if you have any information or any need to take a look at any of these homes, just ask us, and they'll give you all the information on where these listings are this weekend. Okay, we got Pat Caputo coming up with sports. We will see you next Saturday here on 97.1 The Ticket.
The preceding was a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
97.1 The Ticket.
Hi, Harry Glanz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
Warm weather, picnics, days on the beach, and sunny skies. But does that have to mean energy bills as high as the temperature? Sharonda from DTE Energy